afternoon, everybody. My name is Advent, and I am not a financial advisor. Anything you see in this video or any of my content is not financial advice. It is simply for educational purposes only. Trading does have its risks, so please do your research before you engage in trading. So today, the title of the video, as you can see, is how outside events and goals may influence our trading in a negative way. So no charts today, really just going over some psychology here, and we'll see if hopefully any of this resonates with you guys. So I've been seeing a lot of mistakes being done by traders, on the outside of my group, online, and other groups that I support, so on and so forth. And just want to touch up on that because I just want to bring back the focus of remembering that the money from your trading comes from your system and your disciplines, your rules, etc. So some things that I want to speak on, and I'll try to not go off on too long of a tangent so it's easy to follow along. So like the title suggests, what I've been seeing is that a lot of individuals are getting caught up in what they want from trading in the sense of, let's say, for the sake of the conversation, I want to quit my job, which I hate. Let me try to speed this trading thing up so I can make a bunch of money and then quit my job, which can be extremely detrimental to your trading. Because what I've seen is a lot of individuals not respecting the rules, oversizing, being impatient, trying to make the trading thing work quickly, and you can't do that. So this is just a reminder to a lot of you is to remember, the goal of trading, while of course we can use the outcome as motivation in the sense of, hey, let me get into trading so I can make more money on the side on top of what I'm doing now for X, Y, and Z, whatever that may be. That's great. But the problem comes up when we start focusing a lot more on the outcome that we want as opposed to actually focusing on our system, right? So I'll try to separate it in the sense of trader mind and then human mind, right? As a trader, we know that whatever's going on in our outside life or whatever it is that we want is irrelevant, because it doesn't matter if I got to pay rent tomorrow or in a week or in 2 weeks. I can't force the market to give me money. All I can do is take my trades, take my trading plan exactly as I outlined it, and then I just wait. And that's it. Once I get into a trade, my job is done as a trader. After I get into this trade, from there, it's up to the market. If the market wants to, have probability on my side for that trade and I win, fantastic. If I lose, that's great too. Part of the business. We're going to lose, we're going to win, keep it moving. Don't get married to a trade. So to bring it back, like I was mentioning, I spoke with a member today of my group, and August hasn't necessarily been the best month for him. He did fantastic in June and July. And it's interesting. I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. It's interesting how when you ask people what's going on, they never go to the root. And what I really want to pinpoint and get to the point of in this class or this video today is you need to be honest with yourself, and you really need to dig deep and see what the root cause is that is causing you to mess up in your trading. So I'll give you an example of an interaction that I had today with somebody in my group. So like I mentioned, June and July, fantastic, killed it, got his payouts, all that good stuff, has been doing great, right? And then in August, something happened where he was doing okay the first week or so. And then the last 2, 3 weeks, he's been doing horrible from what he's told me and what I've seen. And I'm like, all right, clearly something has changed where from June and July till now. So I'm asking him, I'm like, hey, what's going on, X, Y, and Z? He's like, oh, well, like I've been getting a lot of FOMO and like not getting in exactly when I'm supposed to. or, like I've been having trouble controlling my emotions and this and this and that. But I'm like, all right, the emotions and the actions are a result of something else. Let's try to get to the root of what's going on. And then I asked him again, you know, uh, all right, why are you not following your rules exactly as you have them laid out? And he was like, well, I did great in June and July. And then in August, I kind of like wanted to do as good as I did then. And I got caught up in that. I'm like, all right, cool. So why are you putting so much pressure on yourself? And like, where is this coming from? The urge to do as good as you did those months. And then after some back and forth, finally I got it out of him where what was going on, like the root of this issue, which was causing all these other things, was he was speaking with his wife, and one of his goals with trading is that his wife is basically miserable at her job, and he wants to, be able to provide for her in order to have her quit her job so he can pretty much cover what she would be bringing in, so she can be happier, right? And on top of that, um, he's given her this idea or the goal that he wants to reach for himself in trading to provide that. So now he has a bunch of pressure that he's placed upon himself. And also, he doesn't want to let his wife down, right? And of course, the men who may be married or might have girlfriends or what have you, I'm sure this can resonate with you where, of course, traditionally, or I wouldn't even say traditionally, as men, we're providers, right? Our role is the provider role. So if we're not providing, that can make us feel down about ourselves and, all these different things that I don't really want to go into right now, but I'm sure, if you're a man, you understand what I mean. So because of that pressure that he put on himself, it was causing all these problems where, you did great June and July by following your rules, taking your setups exactly as you said. And now because of those goals and outside influences and the things that he put out there, it was affecting his trading because if you're losing, that means exactly what you want to be and what you've told to somebody, you're getting further away from that goal. And then your brain kicks in and tries to, well, man, all right, I messed up on this day or that day. Let me take another trade, or let me oversize, or let me just trade on this day, even though I shouldn't be trading because I need to make that money back that I lost. Because if I don't get that money back that I lost, then that means that I'm not a provider. I'm not this, I'm not that, X, Y, and Z. So you can see how a lot of these outside influences are can get in the way of our trading. Because again, like I said in the beginning of this video, whatever's going on outside of our life is irrelevant to the trade plan. We follow the trade plan no matter what. It doesn't matter if you want a new house, doesn't matter if you want this or you want that. You need to follow your system exactly as you have laid it out, because that is where the money comes from, right? So all that to say, before I go off on more tangents, is, you know, understand that you as a trader and you as a human, separate. They're not combined. They're two very separate things. So what was happening with this individual is that because he was failing here, it it bled into his human mind, right? And it was making himself feel less of a human being. So I always like to tell people and always bring this up because this is very important. You as a trader and you as a human being are two very different things. If you lose in trading, doesn't make you a loser in real life. That just means that you need to work on your trading skills, right? So we need to, just to bring it home, we need to always separate and remind ourselves, hey, just because my trading might not be going well right now, that doesn't mean that I am this, right? If I'm losing in trading, doesn't make you a loser as a human being or in real life, however you want to call it, right? So you always want to bring it back in the sense of my only job here is to follow my system. My only job here is to follow my plan. And by that is where the money is going to come from. And whether I win or lose, it is not important because I did my job as a trader and followed my system. Anything that comes out of that is out of my control. And I find a lot of people, myself included, when I was struggling with my trading, is that I tried to control the outcome. You cannot control anything in trading. The only thing that you can control is yourself. When you get in, when you get out, and when you take profit, which is kind of lumped in when you get out. But you can only control yourself when it comes to trading. Anything outside of that is you can't do anything about it. Even my best trades fail, the ones that have 85, 90% win rate. It is what it is. The market is just not collaborating that week. That's fine. And to share an experience of mine, because this hasn't happened to me in a while, I had a family member who purchased a house, and I was like, let me help them out and, just help them out with some money for the house, because why not? And this week, I had 2 red days in a row with futures, which hasn't happened in a while. After the second day, after that second loss, I started getting these thoughts in my head that I haven't gotten in a really long time, where it's like, oh man, I'm red 2 days in a row. Let me just take another trade to get some money back, right? So I can give it to this person. And then thankfully, with the training that I received, I was able to, look at that and take a step back before I actually executed on that thought process. Because once I started thinking about that, I'm like, while I do want to take another trade to get that money back, that's not part of my plan, right? So once I brought myself back from that process and brought myself back to being neutral, being logical, I'm like, well, here's what it is. I lost 3 trades in a row. I got to shut it down. That's part of my rules. The market just wasn't cooperating that day. I took my trades as I always do. Again, if you lose or win, it is what it is. So just to recap, whatever's going on in our lives, do the best that you can to be mindful of that. And also remember that if your life is chaotic at this time, it's okay to take a break from trading. I took 2 months off of trading when I was struggling a lot in my outside life. And those 2 months of not trading to get my life in order really helped me a lot. And, it helped me improve in my trading because I wasn't so focused on, what was going outside of my life, right? Or outside of my trading life. So again, if you need to, it's okay to take some time off of trading because let's put it this way. If you continue in the path that you are now, in failing and letting your outside life influence your trading, is your trading going to get better or is it going to get worse? And the answer is probably it's going to get worse. So take a break if you need to. That's okay. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make you a loser. It just means this is not this. This means this can work, just not right now. Like for those business owners that may watch this video, you already know if you're an entrepreneur or whatever it is, if a business isn't working right now, that means you need to take a step back. You need to re-strategize. And then once you re-strategize and recoup, then you can attack it again. Same thing with trading. This is a business. If things are influencing or affecting you too much, take a break, re-strategize, and then come and attack it properly, right? I'll give you one last example. I had this individual who I think he started with like 5 or 6,000, and then he shredded his account to $500. So 5,000, he went all the way down to $500. And I'm like, all right. And he asked, should I stop trading? And then I asked him, I said, all right, before I give you an answer, I want to know some things first. Do you journal your trades? Do you have a set of rules? Do you have a set of setups that you look to specifically take and that are clearly defined? And his answer to all three were no. So I told him, hey, look, how do you expect to succeed in the business of trading if you don't have three very key components, right? Journaling. If you have a restaurant business, you already know that you need to keep track of what's selling and what's not. Because if you don't, if you're putting out the food that people don't want to eat, they're not going to buy it, right? So we need to collect as much data as we can from our journaling. Risk management. If you're not managing your risk properly, you're going to blow your account. You're going to lose a lot more money than you should be, right? And clearly outlining your setups in your playbook. If you don't know what to look for or what setups work or which setups don't work, then what are you doing, right? To me, you're just gambling. So I told them, hey, look, what I would do in the situation is journal every trade, have a proper risk management plan, and paper trade and get consistent and get very clear on what my setups are. And then from there, then I'll go back and approach the markets with my real money. Because if you're doing this willy-nilly, trust me, that's dumb. Don't do that. If you go into trading like to have fun or to do this, you're in the wrong business. The casino is that way. So if you're serious about making money and trading, you have to approach it in a serious way. So something to keep that in mind. Now, if you want to continue gambling and you trade options, let me know so I can sell those contracts for you. At least somebody can win in this scenario. But other than that, hopefully this helped you guys and this resonated just to remind you, hey, do your best to get your life in order and not put so much pressure on yourself when it comes to trading, because I see a lot of individuals making mistakes that way. And I have a lot more stories that I want to share, but I don't want this video to be too long. We'll just talk about it in one of our other videos or classes. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. If this was helpful in any way, please like and subscribe. You're also welcome to share this video with anybody that you think can, that this video can help, as well as share any of my videos on my channel. Other than that, appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate every single like, every single comment, every single subscription. Appreciate you guys a lot. I would not be here without you guys. Let me know if this helped you in any way in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.